So, most newer smartphones nowadays comes with a good and faster chipsets. I mean, yeah, they got the latest chipset from MediaTek and Qualcomm. But let me tell you, they are nowhere near the performance of some older flagship smartphones. Take this one for example. It's the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G. And the gaming capabilities of this smartphone are going off the charts. I've tested about 5 to 6 heavy games on it, and it never even stuttered, even while I was screen recording. Seriously, it's like this phone doesn't even know the meaning of stress. And the craziest part, this smartphone is currently priced at $200. I mean, that's cheaper than some of newer budget smartphones with half the performance. So, if you can get the smartphone at $200, trust me, you are in for the best deals of your life. But hey, let's not get too carried away because it's a gaming review, not a general one. So let's dive straight into what the phone can do in gaming. So if you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to never miss a review video like this one. Now friends, let's start with the Call of Duty Warzone.
Now, let me tell you, when I first launched the Call of Duty Warzone, I thought my Galaxy S21 Ultra had decided to take early retirement. This game lagged terribly, like horrendously. I mean, just look at the FPS. It dropped to a painful 14 FPS, and at that moment, I felt like I was playing a slideshow, not a game. It was so bad that I started questioning my life's choices. But here's the kicker. Just when I was about to lose the hope, the game decided to redeem itself. Gradually, like a superhero entering late to save the day. The performance started smoothing out, and before I knew it, I was getting a solid 58 to 64 FPS, and honestly, I was completely blown away. It felt like going from driving a donkey cart to cruising in a sports car. The gameplay became super smooth, and I was genuinely impressed, even though I had to keep the graphics to lower settings because the Call of Duty Warzone is basically the Goliath of mobile games. So, the experience was still top notch, and the Galaxy S21 Ultra's big, vibrant display really made everything pop. It's like having a portable IMAX theater in your hands. The colors, the details, and the overall fluidity made the game feel premium. But hey, let's not forget the elephant in the room, the heat. And oh boy, this phone got hot at 43 centigrade hot. I'm talking, don't use this as pillow kind of hot. You may ask why. So, because I had to turn on the processing mode right from the start to get that sweet, smooth gameplay. Sure, it pushed the phone to its absolute limits, but it was worth it. And hey, if a little warmth is the price of enjoying such an intense game, I'm all for it. Now, as the game progressed, the graphics really started to shine. Explosions, lighting effects, and those iconic Warzone details, everything looked stunning, even at lower settings. And I don't know if it's because I've spent too many hours on Call of Duty mobile game or if I'm just naturally gifted, but as you can see, I'm taking down enemies like a pro. Now, let's talk about the real deal, the Battle Royale mode. This is where things get wild. When I landed on the map, the FPS hovered around 40 to 44 FPS. Not bad, right? Especially for a phone that's around 4 years old in 2025. It was like phone saying, okay, let's do this. As the match went on, the performance got better and more consistent, staying around 47 FPS most of the time. But let me tell you, this mode is a real stress test for any smartphone. The massive map, the intense firefights, and all players running around make it super demanding. The phone did a fantastic job holding up. Now, there were some moments when the FPS dipped to 33 to 46 FPS, especially in those crazy intense situations, like when everyone decided to throw grenades and call in airstrikes simultaneously. But even with those drops, the gameplay didn't feel choppy. It was smooth enough to keep me in the zone, and I genuinely enjoyed every moment of it. And can we talk about how gorgeous the graphics looks? The smartphone's vibrant AMOLED display made the terrain and the characters look incredible. I felt like I was watching a high-budget action movie, except I was the hero. Oh, and about the heat. Yeah, it's still there. The phone stayed around 41 centigrade, which, considering how graphically demanding this game is honestly not too bad. It's like your phone saying, I'm working hard, boss. Even when the FPS occasionally dropped to 37 FPS, the game still felt smooth. Honestly, the Call of Duty Warzone on the Galaxy S21 Ultra feels like a marathon runner who starts slow but finishes strong. It might not be perfect, but for a phone that's this old, it's doing an incredible job. Now the Call of Duty Mobile. Alright folks, here's the deal. You can run Call of Duty Mobile on max FPS with smooth graphics. And let me tell you, I am completely blown away with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 processor. This thing is like that one friend who never skips legs day. It's still a beast, even 3 years down the line. As you can see, the gameplay runs buttery smooth, locked at 90 frames per second. That's impressive for a smartphone this seasoned. I have tested about 5 to 6 mid-range smartphones recently, and they all acted like they were on strike. Sorry, not giving you more than 60 frames per second. Deal with it. But the Galaxy S21 Ultra, it's like, hold my Snapdragon, I will give you all the FPS you need. Now, let's talk about the display. Oh, this beauty. Even if you're watching this at 60 FPS on YouTube, let me tell you, the actual gameplay is on a whole different level. It's smooth like butter on the hot toast. And speaking of it, the S21 Ultra is surprisingly chill. While running the game at 90 FPS, the phone stays cool at 29 centigrade. That's cooler than my looks. This smartphone isn't just a gaming device, it's a gaming experience. Smooth gameplay, stunning graphics, and a display that make you go, wow, is that a sniper in the grass or just my reflection? It is the ultimate setup for the Call of Duty fans. Now, let's shift gears to the Battle Royale mode, where things get even spicier. Oh, and by the way, I won the match. No big deal. Okay, it was a big deal. So, here's the thing. I started screen recording to push this smartphone even harder. And guess what? It still gave me 90 FPS consistently. I mean, who does that? Well, the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra does. That's who. Battle Royale mode is no joke. It's like Olympic marathon of mobile gaming. Huge maps, tons of players, intense fights. It's a workout for any smartphone. But the S21 Ultra, it handles it like a pro. From the moment you parachute in, the gameplay is flawless. The map looks beautifully, with detailed terrain and smooth textures. No pop-ins, no stutterings, just pure gaming goodness. You know that feeling when you spot an enemy from miles away? That's thanks to its insane draw distance. I could see enemies, vehicles, and even their bad decision from across the map. And the smooth frame rates, oh boy, it makes fireflies feels like a dance. No lag, no stuttering, just me, my gun, and my victory. Driving across the terrain or piloting helicopter, smooth as silk. This display, by the way, is a game changer. It's so bright and vibrant that even snipers hiding in the bushes can't escape my gaze. And despite the 30 to 40 minutes matches, the phone stays consistent. No overheating, no battery tantrums, just pure performance. And let's not forget the heat management. Even with all the action, the phone barely heats up. Sure, it gets a bit warm, but around 29 to 41 centigrade. It's cooler than my coffee after 20 minutes. So yeah, the Galaxy S21 Ultra isn't just surviving in 2025, it's thriving. Whether you're into team deathmatches or intense battle royale modes, this phone delivers. So grab your snacks, strap in, and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a smooth, high FPS adventure. Alright, let's talk about the PUBG Mobile on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. This beast of a phone lets you play the game at smooth extreme plus settings, which means you can get around 90 FPS. Yeah, you heard that right. 90 FPS on a phone that's 3 years old. That's insane, right? Honestly, I am super impressed by how well this game performs. Now, let me confess something. PUBG used to be my guilty pleasure back in the day. I'd spend hours playing with my squad, yelling, cover me, at my friends like I was some tactical genius. Spoiler alert, I wasn't. But man, this game is addictive, and playing it on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra brought back those epic vibes. So, I went with the screen recording for this session because, let's face it, it's way more better than trying to awkwardly show you the whole phone while gaming. And just look at the FPS. It's hovering around 85 to 90, buttery smooth. Even though TDM isn't the most graphically demanding mode, it's still nice to see how effortlessly this phone handles it. And not to brag or anything, but I racked up 18 kills before getting knocked out. Pro gamer who vibes, right? Okay, maybe semi-pro. But hold on. Things get even crazier when we switch to the Battle Royale mode in this PUBG Mobile. This mode is a real test, and honestly, I thought the Galaxy S21 Ultra might struggle a bit. But no, it delivered around 82 to 90 FPS. even when things got intense. Whether I was looting buildings, snapping campers from the distance, yes, I'm that guy, or driving head first into fireflies, the gameplay stayed ridiculously smooth. Let's talk about the display for a second. This AMOLED screen is a game changer. The color pop and the overall experience is just chef's kiss. Even driving vehicles across the map felt smooth and fluid, with no annoying stutters to ruin the moment. Now, here's the big one, the final zones. You know the drill. When the circle is closing in, everyone's sweating bullets, and you are trying to clutch that win. It's absolute chaos. But guess what? The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra handles it like an absolute champ. Sure, there's a bit of trade-off in FPS, as you can see. The frame rate dips to 60 FPS in those intense moments, and honestly, I am not even complaining. I mean, even at 60 frames per second, this game runs immersively smooth. No hiccups, no stutters, just buttery gameplay that makes you feel like you've got the upper hand. Now, let's talk about something I found even more impressive: heat management. This smartphone knows you're already stressed enough trying to get that win, so it doesn't add to your problems by overheating. The temperature stays at a reasonable 42 centigrade, which, let me tell you, is normal for 90 FPS mode with the screen recording on. So, if you are not screen recording your gameplay, the temperature will be likely hover around 35 to 37 centigrade, which is about as cool as it gets for gaming. It's like the phone says, "Don't worry Hamza, I've got this." And honestly, friends, for a 3-year-old flagship smartphone, that's some next level performance. So yeah, the PUBG Mobile on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, absolute perfection. This phone might be 3 years old, but it's still a gaming beast. Whether you are a casual gamer or a hardcore battle royale fan, you will love how smooth and immersive the experience is. Just don't forget to share your chicken dinner screenshots at the comment section. Let's talk about the FreeFire Max. Alright, so I cranked up the settings to extreme FPS for this game, and let me tell you, it's a vibe. I mean, the gameplay is locked at 59 to 60 FPS, even while screen recording. That's like multitasking at its finest. FreeFire Max TDM mode is all about fast-paced action. You're in, you're out, guns blazing, and guess what? S21 Ultra handles it like a pro. The gameplay, smooth as butter on a hot paratha. The character animations, gunfire effects, and even the little details in the environment textures look fantastic. Now I know what you are thinking, it's Free Fire. It's not exactly crisis level demanding, and yeah, you are right, it's not. But hey, it's still impressive how this 3-year-old flagship smartphone is flexing its muscles. Oh, and the fun fact, this game has been downloaded over 1 billion times on the Play Store. Like a billion. That's more people than I'll ever meet in my entire life. As for my skills in TDM, well, let's just say I'm not exactly the MVP. Translation, I'm a bit of a noob. But let's not dwell on that. Instead, let's switch gear and dive into the Battle Royale mode, where things really heat up. Now, this is where the real magic happens. I cranked up the setting again. Maximum graphics and maximum frame rates. And let me tell you, FreeFire Max shines on this Galaxy S21 Ultra. The massive map loads quickly and the details chef's kiss. From lush greenery to shimmering water bodies, everything looks crisp and immersive. So I parachuted down, all ready to loot and conquer, and bam, enemies everywhere. It's like they had a welcome Hamza party planned. But here's the crazy part, even in the middle of that chaos, the FPS stays locked at 60 frames per second, as you can see, and that's what I call consistency. Now, let me admit something, I'm not exactly a pro at this game. I usually play with 4 fingers, and this game doesn't support gyro. Why Free Fire? Why? So yeah, I was stumbling around like a toddler, learning to walk. But hey, I still managed to take down enemies. Okay, maybe not gracefully, but I did. So the gameplay is buttery smooth. Whether I am looting, hiding in buildings, driving vehicles, or sniping enemies, it all felt natural. No lag, no stuttering, just pure gaming bliss. The S21 Ultra's AMOLED display also deserved a shootout here. It made everything pop, from the vibrant landscapes to the tiniest details in the game. Now here's the cherry on top, the heat management. Even after a solid battle royale session, the smartphone stayed cool around 35 centigrade. That's like having a gaming PC in your pocket, but without that annoying fan noise. So you may ask, Hamza, what's the verdict? So if you're a FreeFire Max fan, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is a dream come true. It's smooth, reliable, and handles long gaming sessions like a champ. Plus, it makes even a noob like me feel like a pro, at least for a little while. Alright, so when I started planning the review of the smartphone's gaming capabilities, the first game I had to test was Asphalt 9. I mean, come on, top of the line display paired with the best in class speakers. Oh man, this game felt like a dream come true for me. I cranked the settings to the max, and let me tell you, the gameplay is on another level. Seriously friends, I have played this game for what feels like aeons, and the experience on this phone, it's like I'm rediscovering it all over again. I know you can't fully feel the magic because you just watched this video, which is by the way was recorded by my OnePlus 7D smartphone, but hit the screen recording for you to enjoy. So sit back to see those frame rates in action. So one thing I absolutely love about the Samsung's ecosystem is the Galaxy Store. It's loaded with tools and apps you can download to tweak your experience just the way you want. Samsung really knows how to spoil us the tech enthusiasts. Now back to the gameplay, and oh boy, this game is pure chef's kiss. The movement, the graphics and the animations just on a whole new level of awesomeness. Sure, in some intense moments, the frame dropped to around 47 FPS, but hey, it's not the phone's fault. I was screen recording the entire time. Once those moments passed, it quickly bounced back to smooth gameplay. And here's the part that seriously blew my mind, the heat management. I mean, max settings plus screen recording, and this beast of a phone stayed relatively cool around 32 centigrade. Like what? That's some next level engineering right there. So yeah friends, this Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra isn't just a smartphone. It's a dream gaming machine, and honestly, it's an amazing device for everything, whether it's gaming, being watching, or just casually flexing. This phone nails it. So yeah, that brings me to my final word.
So yeah friends, you've seen everything for yourselves. As you noticed, the only game that really pushed the Galaxy S21 Ultra to its limits was Call of Duty Warzone. But honestly, I am not complaining, because no other smartphone at this price point can run this game at higher graphics with such smooth FPS. As for other games, they ran a lot smoother than I expected, which really speaks the volume about this phone's gaming capabilities. So if you ask me, Hamza, do you recommend this smartphone for gaming? My answer is big yes. Friends, absolutely. And why not? This smartphone is really giving you everything that you could want from a smartphone. I mean, outstanding gaming performance, a dreamlike display, amazing stereo speakers, and so much more. So yeah, gamers will love this smartphone's performance. And if you're looking for a phone that can handle serious gaming, this is it. So friends, yeah, that's all for this review. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to never miss a review video like this one. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to answer them. So my name is Hamza, this is Safe Tech, and see you in the next video. If you want to watch full gaming review of the Vivo V40 5G, then click the video right here. And if you want to watch the full gaming review of the Oppo Reno 12 5G, then click the video right here. Thank you for watching.